Now see if you can renew your passport. So if I go from here, who can renew a passport? You can only renew your Canadian passport if your last passport was an adult passport that was issued. That is the first uh, thing you have to consider, that you must be an it must be an adult passport. When you are at least 16 years old and within 15 years of the date you apply for your renewal. So there are basic two things. One is it is at least you are 16 years old and within 15 years of the date you apply for a renewal. That is two main issues you have to consider when you apply for the renewal of the process. This it is new, so they added this term new. It was not before that, and that's why we said this mark, the remark is new. Okay, then it was valid for 5 or 10 years. So generally passport is valid for 5 or 10 years, whatever um, which payment. So if you pay for 5 years, it should be 5 years. If you pay for 10 years, it should be 10 years. So either the passport was valid for 5 years or 10 years. The passport has the same name, date of birth and place of birth as you want on your new passport. So these three things should be the same: name, date of birth and place of birth. Passport has the same gender identifier as you want on your new passport. Same gender. It can be printed on your most recent passport or have the observation sticker. What is the observation sticker? If you requested the X gender identifier in the past, we placed a sticker in your passport. We call this the X observation sticker. If your passport has an X observation sticker, it is same as having the X printed on it. Okay, so these are the eligibility who can renew a passport. If you meet these all those criteria, you are okay. You can apply for the renewal for the passport. And also when not to apply for the renewal, that means who are not eligible for the renewal process. Do not apply for a renewal if you currently have a child passport that was issued when you are under 16 years old and you cannot renew a child passport. That is very clear. If you are at least 16 years old and your child passport expired, you need an adult passport. So the same thing they are telling time and again, that clearly says that 16 years of old or younger, you cannot apply for the renewal. You have to apply for the full place passport, that is adult passport. And also another one is want to change your name, date of birth, place of birth, these three things or gender identifier on the new passport. So you cannot change those three, and another one is gender identifier on 4 things on your new passport. So these two main criteria who have, they cannot apply for the renewal. For these situations you must apply for a new adult passport, right? You can apply for an adult passport in Canada, from the United States, and from outside Canada and the United States. As I said earlier, from every corner of the world you can apply for the renewal of the Canadian passport. So those things you have to consider before renewing your passport. Now we go back to our where we were. Okay, so we are discussing about the forms and instructions. So answer the questions below. We will then give you all the forms you need, tell you how to submit your application. They need some information from you. Based on that, they will tell you which forms and what are the instructions. So this what is the questions for and here is the questions. So when do you need the passport? Based on these answers, they will tell you which forms you need. and how to fill these forms. For example, you said 10 to 20 business days plus mail time. That means you have no urgency. Let's see what they tell. Then they ask you, how do you want to apply, in person or by mail? Let's say in person. Was your most recent passport lost or stolen, damaged, or none of the above? If you say none of the above, then what say? How to renew a passport in 10 to 20 business days. As you told them earlier that you don't need an emergency basis. You are okay with 10 to 20 business days, right? So in that case, you have to follow these instructions. Complete the form. There's a form here. Get all the required documents and your passport photos. Find 2 references, submit your application and pay your fees, and get your passport. These instructions step by step you have to follow through. Then complete number 1 is complete the form. So there are the here is the form, and you have to complete these forms and instruction tips. So these are the thing. For example, if you change it here, for example, if you need it urgent, for example 2 to 9 business days, what does say? Let's see. 2 to 9 business days. Was your most recent passport lost, stolen, damaged? You said none of the above. How to renew a passport within 2 to 9 business days? Express pickup. Okay. Then the same 5 thing, maybe the form should be the different. When we will get into this in details, we will look at it, but now just have an idea, an overview, those 5 things. Same thing, they complete the form and the form is here, and all those instructions we'll discuss about later on about those form fill up and instructions, but just we are checking depending on the time when you need it, what are those. I think the instructions, the step by step 5 steps we have already told, that should be same for all the time frame. Let's see by the end of the next business day. There is very emergency. Let's see. Do you need it on a weekend or statutory holiday? Weekend, you know, Saturday and Sunday, and some are statutory holiday. So if you need this on these dates, so this service is only for emergencies, and also if you have to travel over the specific weekend or statutory holiday. So you are in very need, and you need this even on the weekend or statutory holiday. If you say yes, what say? Was your most recent lost or stolen, damaged? None of the above. None of the above. How to renew a passport on a weekend or statutory holiday? Emergencies only. As I said, all 5 those steps you have to follow through. Maybe the form should be different. Okay, so those are the instructions for the form fill up, but I said the situation, based on the depending on the situation, the form should be form will vary. So those are the basic things for the renewal of the passport, Canadian passport. I hope you understand, and if you are still struggling filling it up, or don't understand how to go through, please let me know. I will make it clear. But I think it is very much clear here. Every information is here. Still, if you struggle, just let me know. Later on, we'll discuss about the form fill up, how to form those how to fill up those forms depending on the situation, and I hope you will be able to catch up when I will discuss it. For now, that's it of the presentation. Still, as I said, If you need more information, further information, please let me know. I will inform you whatever you want. Thank you very much for your patience.